unplanned pregnancy, college dropouts, school suspension, drunk driving accidents, and intellectual delays. These are only a few of the effects of underage drinking that I have personally witnessed in my own community. My friend from school went to college and ended up getting drunk at a party, resulting in her now a single mother with no college degree. One of our family friends drank on the bus on the way to state championships and got suspended from the team and from school. One of my classmates thought it was a good idea to drink under the influence and got into a car accident. Another classmate who excelled in high school started drinking in college and is now failing her classes. These could have all been avoided if they had chosen to make the right decision and not drink illegally. Many of those under 21 indulge in underage drinking. This should not be accepted because of the damage that comes from underage drinking is substantial to both the mental and physical attributes. After my extensive research about underage drinking and having witnessed its effects on those around me, I have found that the absence of underage drinking would reduce mental and physical issues that come with it. I will explain underage drinking, the problems that arise from it, and the actions that can be taken to stop before it happens. The problem with underage drinking is that it poses many problems for those who partake in it and also those around them. There is an age restriction placed on consuming alcohol called the minimum legal drinking age, or the MLDA. The MLDA in all of the United States is 21. This means anyone who is 21 or older is allowed to consume alcohol. However, more than a quarter of kids aged 12 to 20 partake in underage drinking, and more than half of teens aged 18 to 20 drink. Underage drinking causes more harm than anything, especially to those who indulge in it. According to authors Vonnie and O'Connell, the consequences of alcohol use can be acute and immediate outcomes of a single episode of alcohol-impaired functioning, such as accidental death and injury, or they can be diverse effects such as poor school performance and fractured relationships. With the consequences of drinking alcohol already being severe, adding an underdeveloped teenage brain will only increase the chances of problems and issues. 70% of those who drink at the age of 19 and 20 are engaged in drinking heavily, which means the majority are at a great risk of making poor judgments and decisions that will have long-lasting effects and consequences. The problems that underage drinking poses are many things like delayed or stopped brain development in teenage minds. It also causes serious consequences involving health issues like the heart, liver, kidney, and brain diseases. People who drink are more likely to get in vehicle accidents and injure themselves and others. Now that we have talked about the serious issues that underage drinking causes, let's focus on a solution. In order to correct the problem that underage drinking causes, we must find ways to combat the issue to eliminate it. There are two possible solutions to the underage drinking issue that we face. Adults and parents need to effectively and repeatedly communicate the dangers associated with underage drinking to young people, and they need to set restrictions in both school and home. Parents need to establish, review, and enforce rules regarding alcohol use and identify the consequences that are developmentally appropriate and will get through to them to ensure compliance. Setting these rules, constantly enforcing them, and making aware of the serious dangers better secures the chance a child will not start drinking. The other way to eliminate underage drinking is for law officials to more strictly enforce rules and regulations regarding the MLDA. There needs to be set consequences for those who consciously sell to minors. According to Edvin and Harold, nearly one-third of current alcohol users aged 12 to 20 paid for the last alcohol they used. Many workers are able to identify and stop a minor from buying alcohol, but some simply do not care about getting caught or a child's safety, and they sell them alcohol. But this has to stop. Placing and strictly enforcing consequences to those who sell to minors will cut off access to alcohol the way that the majority of underage drinkers get it. Without underage drinking, everyone will be safer and better off. Communicating the dangers effectively, not just loosely, would persuade at least some of the kids that would possibly fall into underage drinking not to. With law officials more strictly enforcing the MLDA guidelines, teens will not be able to get away with underage drinking. With consequences set on those who sell alcohol, they will not take the risk of selling to minors. This way, less teens are 1, able to get away with drinking, and 2, willing to risk it. Although underage drinking is illegal in all states, many teens continue to disregard the law and partake in drinking, which causes serious problems that disrupts not only their lives but the people around them. The absence of underage drinking would reduce and prevent several mental and physical issues. I ask that each and every one of you speak up for what is right and pledge to not partake in underage drinking like so many young people do. I encourage you to spread this message and intervene when you see any others engaging in this act.
Oh, God.